Georgia are looking to get a flying start here in the long race towards the finish line. This is a day for optimism, for hope, for dreaming of what might be. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So it's down to business here.
Andrei Shevchenko, Peter, is a player who can hurt you in so many different ways.
Striking all-rounder.
Yeah, he's got the pace to get in behind, he's got the power, he's got the aerial ability, the versatility, the work rate. He's got it all.
One of the greatest strikers of all time, surely.
Very true.
Cruyff. Rodri proves too strong, too smart. That has ended up in no man's land. Cafu. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. And Serginho. He's having a pop! That is a super hit, but it was always just off target.
Well, that was smashed with venom, violence even. All he had to do was hit the target. It's such a shame.
Araujo wins the duel this time. And this is Shevchenko. It's a really well-measured ball. Now it's Zico. And it's Cruyff. Oh, good spread. A probing pass. This is Zico.
Oh, great feat, that.
Oh, it's great defensive work. It doesn't take too much imagination to guess what would have happened otherwise.
Oh, look, his determination needed to be greater than the obstacle he was faced with, and it wasn't.
Cafu receives it in a wide position. Well, they could break here. Threads one in. It's played through for him. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Gattuso pulls off an exemplary piece of defending. Rodri running with the ball. Nicely weighted ball. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
In the end, they found themselves penned in, nowhere to go. Looking for options for movement. Puskás. Oh, now he can rock. Can he finish? Oh, the keeper's done ever so well.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And we have our very first corner. Van Dijk with the clearance. Oh, that's ambitious. Gave it a go, but off target.
Yeah, he's disappointed with himself, but at least his boss is applauding the effort he made.
Well, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. And the shot! And he couldn't finish.
He did well there, held his run enough to ensure he didn't stray offside.
Georgia are seeing more of the ball, but still aren't carrying much goal threat. Bernardo Silva. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. And he's being shifted off it. Now it's Zico. Cruyff quietly revving up. Mateus. Now that's well seen too. Donnarumma sends that a long way. Serginho. And it's Cruyff. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Played out towards the right wing. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Zico is onto this. And he's heaved it away and smartly reclaimed. Bernardo Silva.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. Kvaratskhelia. He's found a way through. Floated through. And that pass just didn't quite work. Now it's Puskás. That's rather hopeful. Oh, denied brilliantly.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
It's their second corner of the game. Mateos! Big relief, it just needed better contact.
It's certainly a bold attempt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame he didn't work the keeper a bit more, though.
Araujo.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Vardiol. Chooses to go crossfield. Now it's Bernardo Silva. And here's Cruyff. Cruyff! And he was there to get a vital touch. And that is the end of the first half. So we go in at half-time with both defences still yet to be breached. They rather cancelled each other out in the first period. Let us see what the second half brings. So between them, no goals at all so far.
Well, this will have given them a chance to look for any potential holes and weaknesses in the opposition. Something that will bear fruit once the teams come out again, I'm sure, Peter.
So, no breakthrough from either side, 0-0 after 45 minutes of action.
Security staff for each block, please report to the staff room immediately. Substitution on the field, number 13, Kvaratskhelia.
So we're on the way for the second half.
Bernardo Silva.
Well, both sides are eager to get going. Here's hoping that it's a good sign. Things are about to change. We need...
Goes for a shot! And he hits the net! And that is what they came to see, what they demanded to see. His first. Pressure, what pressure? He feels none of it.
Neymar demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark. It's Lewandowski! And no mistake. Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. Oh, whose goal is that? Big deflection. That's one for the dubious goals panel. Georgia are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Puskás. Oh, no joy this time. Georgia, different to some extent this half. Details of the changes to come soon.
I'll be fascinated to see how the change now affects their overall strategy.
And the shot. Puskás! And he can thump it away. Great defending, strong and determined. Rodri. That's an imaginative pass. That is good alertness. Georgia, with this handy-looking 2-0 lead, they are looking comfortable. And it's Neymar. And that little bit of skill has got him away. It's a good run he's making out on the left. Zola. Georgia, perhaps contemplating their next change here. Now it's Rodri. Oh, he's bustling through here. Zico. Chance! And it's in! That was a given. It always was.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
After 63 minutes is number 22, Puskás. Substitution.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, he's someone renowned for his pace and those darting little runs, but also for being a very good ball carrier as well. They want to add more dynamism to that front line.
Just 1 in it now.
Oh, we have a very different game on our hands now, all of a sudden. This one's totally up for grabs.
That looks a cracking ball. Now it's Mbappe. Oh, he's all... Takes a shot! It's a goal! They are right back in business.
Well, I always thought they had it in them, Peter. They upped the quality as needed, and once they got going, they were awfully hard to stop.
One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
It's turning into quite a gem, this.
Yeah, it's all happening now. There's been...
Shoots! And he has kept it out somehow.
Neymar really must be thinking what he has to do to score there.
Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Rodri gets on his bike and on the move. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Nice control. He's in a great position here. And a chance! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Substitution on the field. Number 16.
So we have movement on both
Rodri.
benches.
Coming on the field is
All the way through, so back it comes.
14,
It's run loose. Who's going to get there?
Substitution in progress.
Georgia clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Rafinha goes for the shot! And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Looking for the far post. Terrific effort! He will be livid with himself. A poorly directed kick from the keeper. He's given it away. It's a pretty loose pass. Looking for a runner. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Oh, nice touch. Cannavaro did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack. Lewandowski clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way.
Here comes the cross.
Yeah, I think if that can be repeated, there's a good chance of a goal.
Roberto Carlos. Oh no, that was never going to make it. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. And it's Neymar. Oh, that's fabulous. Neymar proves just a little bit too strong. Time added on,
minutes has been
4
indicated.
minutes. He's a sharp little ball here. Odegaard. They've got to be quick to recover this. Serginho. Oh, shooting chance! Oh, just lacked a decent finish. No, that's been intercepted. Odegaard. Neymar. Mateus. And that's it. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing. And both sides, as it turns out, unable to be separated. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Well, we're on the way.
I think when it comes to pace and finishing of the highest order, there's someone down there who always stands out.
Yeah, no prizes for guessing.
It's Sheva, Andrei Shevchenko, poacher, predator and punisher.
No, he's just misjudged that one.
They want to be quick here, it's breakaway time.
He's shifting through the gears here. Picked out brilliantly. That's put pay to the danger. Rodri. Looking to play him in. It's played through for him. There will be a throw-in. He's had it taken off him. Great vision. Silvestre makes the interception. He shifted it to the flank. And here's Azar. Challenged just a bit on the firm side. Applies the finish! Oh, terrific save from the keeper.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And this is Shevchenko. Vardiol. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing...
Takes a shot! Goal! That is how you do it! A goal to launch his new life, his new chapter. His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Way too good, Peter. Too quick, too smart for that defence, who were made to look a little lost, in all honesty.
Georgia are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Looking for the run. Shevchenko showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Well, that tackle was certainly sturdy. He's a sharp little ball here. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Gets a good foot in there. And the through ball. Now that's well seen too. Van Dijk pokes it out wide. Azar, a player who needs no introduction. Rodri. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. And claimed it back swiftly. And it's Rodri. Can he get it through? Looking for options for movement. Shevchenko was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. Vardiol. Kvaratskhelia. He's picked his way through. Cruyff. Oh, that's fabulous. And Cruyff! A potential goal of the season contender, if only.
He's the one player you want on the ball running at defences, and that's precisely why.
Spread to the right, and again! He will be livid with himself. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Silvestre, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
Cruyff. He's cut it out. Shevchenko gets on the end of things as a matter of habit. Oh, nicely intercepted. Well, the run has been sold a little bit short there.
They should have done a lot better there. The final ball was very poor.
And it's Azar. He is through here. Azar! Oh no, this does not look good. Azar. And he's got away from it. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Shevchenko, crossed into the middle. Good read, needed to be. Serginho. Well read, nice interception. Now, can they get him away? Now it's Kvaratskhelia. He's got away. Kvaratskhelia. That is good strength. Driven in.
When it's delivered early like that, defenders just can't get themselves set.
There will be 1 minute
greatly.
added time.
Azar. He won't be happy with that one. And here's Bernardo Silva. And for the first half, that is that. Well, it's certainly simmered along nicely so far. Just the one goal in it, and it's all still very much up for grabs. Georgia up by 1 goal at the halfway point.
I think on the whole the team linked up very well and has been organised, hence their position. They can afford to be a little braver with the ball, I think, something they'll be told many times, I'm sure, during the interval.
Georgia are 1-0 up at half-time, and it's all to play for.
Substitution on the field. Number 13, Kvaratskhelia.
So we're off again.
Number 20,
Georgia
Bernardo
can do
Silva.
themselves a massive
Coming on the
favour by
field,
grabbing another one
Number
here.
22, Neymar.
And it's
Number
Neymar.
19,
The pressing's intense,
Mbappe.
and it's paid off.
Substitution in progress.
Counts, looking to receive it in space. Well, that's cause for mild irritation. Van Dijk is there, and he can get that clear. Georgia come out of the tunnel having undergone a change at half-time.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Cafu is offering some sort of an apology there.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Nice interception, his positioning was spot on.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
Hazard. It's a good run, this, one that is high in energy. Van Dijk did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Now it's Mbappe.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Neymar finding himself in space. Counts. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Being still separated by the game's only goal. Can he latch on to this? Araujo. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they settle for a riskier approach now to defend this.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. Now it's Hazard. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. And this is Eto'o, and he's managed to get free.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away, and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly...
It's Hazard! Brilliant save from Donnarumma! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And the goalkeeper's got a good palm to that. Georgia are looking to go forward now. Counts in acres of space out wide. Donnarumma claims comfortable. Cruyff. Georgia are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise. Khan punts it upfield. Hazard tries to pass it through. Has a look up and delivers. Donnarumma deals with that nice and simple. Now it's Neymar. Into the last quarter of an hour.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope. Georgia clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
And he's had it nicked away. And here's Neymar. Tries to dink it through. Nicely spread. And here's the chance to counter. Pass somewhat off target. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
Neymar! Oh, it's a stunning goal! That is a gem! An absolute gem! 2 up now, and they are cruising. That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, I think it's just the reward for their application. They've played with great courage to try and kill this off, and for me, it looks like they've just about done it.
Hazard, and he's found a way past. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And he's worked it through.
There
And this
will
is
be 1
Cruyff.
minute added time.
Oh, easy pickings there. And here's Cruyff. He has found the way through. Count. And that will be the final act. Georgia can take all the spoils, and it is nothing less than what they are perfectly entitled to following this. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours,
Hello,
it might not
everybody,
feel
and
like that.
welcome to today's
The
match.
stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. We are just getting started.
I think when it comes to pace and finishing of the highest order, there's someone down there who always stands out.
Yeah, no prizes for guessing.
It's Sheva, Andrei Shevchenko, poacher, predator.
There's the header! And he looked every bit the assured keeper there.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
Serginho. Messi. And it's De Bruyne. No, he wasn't going to let him past. Rafinha. Rafinha was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. That's been cut out, well played. Aimed beyond the defence. Rijkaard has given away a free kick. Serginho looking to pass their way up the pitch. Shevchenko. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks. So they're still very much in a phase of testing the waters and sizing each other up.
He gets a ticking off and needs to be very careful now.
He just needs to find the control button on his aggression before the ref does it for him, Peter.
What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. That's going to go a long way. And that is out of play. De Bruyne gets a good foot in there. Bernardo Silva. Now it's Rodri. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Bernardo Silva is herring after that one. Still goalless at the moment. Well, nicely intercepted. Well, that is not the best ball, and he offers an apologetic look.
He made it look a bit predictable.
He's picked his way through. And it's Cruyff. And this is Shevchenko. Kvaratskhelia has the space to scheme. Hakimi gets it away. Rafinha. McAllister. You have to say that was an exemplary tackle. Stopped him dead in his tracks. No, he refuses to take the bait. And it's McAllister. De Bruyne conjures time and space where few can. Vardiol. Here's Rodri. Cafu. Now it's Bernardo Silva. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Great vision.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Oh, that's fabulous. Brilliantly cut out. Rodri. Cruyff. That's going wide left. And this is Shevchenko. Oh, he's burst, and Shevchenko! And it's a goal! And we have liftoff. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, and having the thrust to get there is one thing, having the composure to score is another.
Number 4, Andrei
Georgia
Shevchenko.
have penetrated for the first time.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced.
Oh, shooting chance! Rodri. Georgia looking to go into the break, 1-0 up. Rodri. Tries to play it through. There's the shot! Kylian Mbappe! You just cannot stop him! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye!
Yeah, they say that fortune favours the brave, and we've just seen an example. This team has real personality and character. Yeah, a fantastic run and a fantastic pass to play him in. Both needed to be timed to perfection, and they were.
Cruyff! And this is Shevchenko.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Georgia have reclaimed it. And here's Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva. So, temporary halt to the action. So it's all squared. Neither side has been able to make a telling difference, but it hasn't been for the lack of trying. Well, Jim, they've both had their moments.
Well, it's been an intriguing watch. A really nice contrast of styles that seem to suit both teams pretty well. Who's ultimately going to win it? It's anyone's guess still.
Well, it's been a tight game, but one that's packed with incident and talking points. A decent watch this, and it's 1-1 at half-time.
Just a quick announcement, it is now time for our special lottery. Please grab the tickets you were given when you were walking through the gates. Substitution on the field.
So we're into the second 45.
Georgia have been the team that have had the lion's share of possession and chances. OK, they haven't got much to show for it, but I think it's a case of keep going and eventually you'll get your break.
That is a brilliant interception. And it's been hooked away. Georgia do appear to have made a half-time change.
Well, I'm assuming that this is going to end up as a tactical change, Peter.
Robert Lewandowski, substitution in progress.
Lobbed in behind. And it's De Bruyne. Kukçu makes the interception. Now it's Mbappe. Well played, that has snuffed out the danger. And he's managed to get rid. McAllister. Vardiol calmly anticipates. Nicely weighted ball. Can he spark a counter here? Mbappe takes a shot! Oh, that was no routine save.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that. Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
Trabzonspor have the chance to go the other way. Van Dijk cuts it out. That's really well manoeuvred. Trabzonspor appear to be happy to let their front players stay. And the finish! And no mistake. They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, look at the manager here, he's absolutely fuming and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
Trabzonspor with the lead.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase.
It's Inzaghi! And there's a goal! And there's the goal they've been looking for. Oh, one moment you're in possession, the next you're picking the ball out of your own net. That one will sting.
Well, Peter, they should just never have lost the ball from there, but you have to give credit and fairness to the front-footed pressing too. Made things quite uncomfortable for them.
So the lead now is 2.
I think there's been a greater menace to everything they've been doing during this spell, one that they hope will continue.
Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Filippo Inzaghi. Georgia do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. Lewandowski, and he shoots! Superb from Lewandowski! Oh, it really is a finish of the highest order! Gorgeous, just to have the audacity to do it.
Oh, Peter, it's a lovely piece of deception in shaping to whack it and then opting for a lovely little lob.
A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, what a difference a goal makes. Now, all of a sudden, it seems the belief is...
He's having a shot!
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
This is a really front-footed approach.
I think they just have to keep forcing the issue and they'll get clinical.
Substitution.
Trabzonspor can make their change now with a break in play.
Yeah, they're looking for some imagination, and his job's going to be to add that element of craft and guile, the man pulling the strings.
Yamal,
Oh, great feat, that.
he is through here. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Vardiol. And it's Ødegaard. Now it's Mbappe.
Georgia really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Knocks it into space. He's got away. Lovely shapes. And that's a sharp finish. It's offside, and that'll count for nothing.
Yeah, spot on, although he takes issue with that.
Disappointment and relief on either side. Nothing doing. Now it's Inzaghi. Just eases him off the ball. Filippo Inzaghi. Pinches it off him. Looking for the run. That's a shade optimistic. And he's gone looking for safety. And he was quick to react. That has ended up in no man's land. Now it's Lewandowski, and he's found Lewandowski! Oh, he'd love to have another go at that.
Lewandowski was already celebrating in his head and probably still can't process how the keeper did.
He's had a shot! And now they can spring out of defence. That's a lovely, neat pass. And here's Mbappe. Can he get it through? Oh, that was vital. And he can thump it away. De Bruyne. That's an imaginative pass. Oh, no, that was never going to make it.
Trabzonspor really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here.
Looking for options for movement. So no flag here.
There'll be 3 minutes added time.
And it's Hakimi. Board shows there will be 3 extra minutes. Khan with the clearance. So that's it. It is all over. Georgia illustrating perfectly the fickle nature of football. Everything looked so good for them to start with. The noise is just about reaching a crescendo here as these two sides get ready to lock horns. This is football at its finest. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up and we'll be getting underway very soon. So it's down to business here.
I think when it comes to pace and finishing of the highest order, there's someone down there who always stands out.
Yeah, no prizes for guessing.
It's Sheva, Andrei Shevchenko, poacher, predator and punisher.
Oh, it's played into the area. Mateus, not one to pass up the chance to run up the defence. He loves those duels.
Well, you can't grumble when a player at least tries to make something happen.
And this is Shevchenko. Cruyff. That's going across goal. Impressive jump. Didn't quite get enough on that.
Yeah, some good movement inside the box. No shortage of targets here.
Can he get it through? And they're quick to get it back. And it's Rodri. Cruyff. Cruyff! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. Chance, surely! Oh, denied! Brilliantly!
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
No, that's been intercepted. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
He's got away. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. And here's Totti. Araujo proves too strong, too smart.
Totti really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
And that's going to be a booking. If you have just joined us, well, you've missed no goals. That is a great pick out. He's found a way through. Oh, what has happened here?
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Mateus can see things others simply cannot. Baresi kept his eye on it, and he's there. Oh, and Shevchenko! It's there! And we have liftoff! You don't keep those outs. He knew, he just knew.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Georgia are in front now, the game's only goal.
Well, this will present the manager with a few interesting options, Peter. Try sitting on this or push on with the opposition now forced to come out.
Oh, well played. Celtic are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, ball's over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. Right, Shevchenko. Kvaratskhelia. Kvaratskhelia will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Oh, that's well spotted. Araujo. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Kvaratskhelia making good progress. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And it's Totti. Van Basten. And he shoots! And there's a goal! Celtic are all square! And that really is so impressive.
Oh, that's wonderful to see. The run was explosive, the finish exquisite.
Celtic restore parity.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
Cruyff! Off the post! Oh, and that one's done no damage in the end.
I think his reaction says everything there, Peter. Just a fraction inside. That's all he needed to be.
Rijkaard. Totti. No, that was never going to make it. Rodri. He's looking wide. Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. And the pass is intercepted. Kvaratskhelia. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Forward tracking back like that, always appreciated by the crowd.
Well, it's not a surprise to see that these days, all part of a forward's duties.
Chips it through, and that's close for a shot! What a wonderful goal! Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
Celtic have their lead.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
And it's Cruyff. And Cruyff! Not a bad try by any means.
Well, it wasn't the worst decision, really. He certainly had enough belief to take it on.
Now it's Son Heung-min. Son Heung-min making a dash for it. And that's a dangerous ball. And he's lost his man here. And he's cut it out. And that was very necessary. And the whistle goes for half-time. So we have here a genuinely competitive game with neither team truly in control. A single goal the difference at half-time. The midway point of the game.
Well, I can tell you it's been an absolutely fantastic watch, Peter. I wish I could come here every week. It's been wonderfully open, wonderfully tense, and beautifully unpredictable now.
So that's it for the first half, and everyone takes a well-earned rest.
Quick reminder today, please have your entry tickets at hand as it's time to announce today's winning lottery numbers.
Substitutions taking place.
We're on the move again.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible.
Lewandowski! No, not quite.
Well, I suppose he was being urged to shoot. Maybe the crowd will stay a little quieter next time.
Over to the right flank. And here's Van Basten. Now it's Totti. Van Dijk gets it away. Georgia do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I think it's the perfect time to make a change.
Van Basten. And he's forced to go back. It's an inviting-looking ball, that. Georgia are looking to break at pace. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace. That's good pressing. It's really squeezing everything.
Georgia really looking to get back into this at the start of the second half. Serginho. Now it's Mbappe. Makalele does well not to be outdone there. De Bruyne. Celtic ran themselves into the proverbial cul-de-sac there. Rijkaard is always scanning the pitch for targets. Almost an hour gone. Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Cruyff. Oh, this is a terrific run. Now, who's going to be first to this?
That's exactly what they need to keep doing. Carry on plugging away and eventually you might just get that little break.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
Well, the question now is whether they can sustain it.
He's had a shot! And that's a tiny finish. This is getting better and better. He made it happen, squeezed through with sheer will and considerable accuracy.
Yeah, Peter, I think we've got to give the keeper some slack here because he didn't have the greatest view of that, but you've got to give the scorer his due as well. I mean, he had that sharpness of mind and clinical edge.
Celtic could be danger here. Space for him to turn and look. Georgia perhaps contemplating their next change here. Totti. He steps in, and that's the end of that. De Bruyne. Well read, nice interception. Cruyff. And it's Lewandowski. Cafu. And that's a really buccaneering run he's making. Baresi with the clearance. And Cruyff! Just not quite happening for him just now.
Georgia really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
He's in a great position here. And the shot!
Well, height could make all the difference on these set pieces.
And it's been taken short. Played in. Shapes to shoot! Lewandowski finds himself offside. Rijkaard. Nicely shaped ball. Rodri. Lewandowski gets a good foot in there. And here's Son Heung-min. Son Heung-min! A real chance and a real let-off.
Well, it didn't quite come off this time, Peter, but that's a warning to the opposition. This team know how to counter and they'll be looking to do it every chance they get.
Substitution for Celtic, number 12.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
De Bruyne, number 15.
That is ended up in no man's land.
Number 7, Son Heung-min. Number
The defence
18.
just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested.
Coming on the field, number 9.
Now it's Mbappe.
Number 19, Olise.
Mbappe
Number
pinches it off him.
17,
The movement is
Number
slick,
20,
the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time.
Substitution.
Olise. And here's Maradona. Looking to play him in. Shevchenko. Donnarumma claims comfortably.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. OK, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Shevchenko.
2 added
he's been
minutes has
shifted
been
off it.
indicated.
Time added on will be 2 minutes. Intercepts the throw, that's well read. And here's Lewandowski. That's that, the end. Georgia played more than a part in what has been a very exciting game. A game that began so...